My friends, if these words have found you today, the 27th of September, it is not an accident. It is a sign, a whisper from the divine, saying, congratulations. You are awakening. In a world that constantly tries to make you forget who you are, the very fact that you are here, listening, reflecting, searching, means you are being guided. The message you are receiving is not from me, but through me. It is from life itself, from God, from the universe, from that unseen intelligence that wants you to remember your strength, your peace, your purpose. So today, let us explore 4 key messages hidden within this blessing. My friends, when I say that you were chosen for this moment, I am not speaking in poetry or fantasy. I am pointing to a truth that lives inside every heartbeat. There comes a time in every person's life when the ordinary world begins to feel different. The same places look the same, but something in the air changes. The same people surround you, yet your heart begins to hear another rhythm. That shift, that quiet awakening, is the sign that the divine has tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Now, it's your time." You may not have asked for this calling. In fact, most people who are chosen never ask for it. They are found in moments of exhaustion, in the middle of confusion, in the depths of struggle. The divine does not select those who are already shining. It selects those who have learned how to endure the darkness without losing their light. You were not chosen because of perfection. You were chosen because you kept walking even when you didn't know where the path would lead. Think of your journey until now. The nights you stayed awake questioning the reason for your pain. The mornings you forced yourself to rise when everything inside you said stay down. The conversations you had with yourself when no one else understood. Those moments were not meaningless. They were the silent ceremonies of your preparation. The divine rarely speaks in thunder, it whispers through endurance. Every time you did not give up, even though giving up seemed easier, a small light was lit in your soul. One by one, those lights formed a constellation, and today, that constellation shines brightly enough for heaven itself to notice. When I say congratulations, I am not congratulating you for arriving at the end of the road. I am congratulating you for recognizing that you are on the right one. Many people spend their lives chasing destinations that have no soul. They achieve, they collect, they win, but inside there is emptiness. You, however, are starting to see beyond appearances. You are beginning to feel that life is not about racing toward a finish line, but about walking with awareness. You are learning to value peace more than applause, truth more than comfort, alignment more than speed. That is why you were chosen. Because you began to listen to the quiet voice that says, there is more. If you could see what I see, you would realize that the challenges you faced were never random punishments. They were precise lessons crafted to awaken your potential. Every obstacle carried within it a hidden seed of strength. Every disappointment carved space inside you for deeper understanding. The people who tested you were not enemies. They were mirrors showing you what still needed healing. The losses you mourned were invitations to detach from illusions. Even the moments you called failure were simply redirections toward authenticity. The divine is too wise to waste anything. Everything that touched your life served the purpose of sculpting your spirit into who you are meant to become. Many ask, why me? Why did I have to go through this? But the real question is, why not you? Who better than you to rise from difficulty with compassion? Who better than you to transform pain into wisdom? Who better than you to show others that survival is not luck but faith? When you carry pain consciously, it becomes medicine. When you rise consciously, you become a guide. The divine chooses those who have felt deeply, because only those who have walked through the fire can lead others out of it. So if you are hearing these words today, it is a reminder your wounds are not your weakness. They are your credentials. They prove that you have been tested and found capable. You may wonder whether the path ahead will be easier now that you have awakened. The truth is, awakening does not remove storms, it changes your relationship with them. Before, a single wave could drown you. Now, you learn to surf it. Before, you feared the unknown. Now, you understand that uncertainty is simply the canvas on which miracles are painted. You stop asking life to be gentle, and instead, you ask yourself to be steady. You stop demanding that others understand you, and instead, you cultivate the stillness that no misunderstanding can shake. That is the transformation of the chosen one, not that the world changes, but that you change your way of meeting it. When you feel the pressure increasing, remember that diamonds are formed only under immense pressure. The divine applies weight not to crush you, but to crystallize you. It presses until everything false breaks away, leaving only the clarity of what is real. That clarity will sometimes isolate you. It will separate you from noise, from distractions, from the patterns that once felt comfortable. You may find yourself spending more time alone, reflecting, questioning, observing. This solitude is sacred. It is not emptiness. It is space being prepared for a new version of you. When a seed breaks open in the soil, it looks like destruction, but it is the beginning of growth. Likewise, when your old life begins to fall apart, it is not ending. It is transforming into something truer. There is a saying, the teacher appears when the student is ready. What few people realize is that readiness is not about knowledge, it is about willingness. You do not need to know what comes next. You only need to say yes to the next step. The divine never reveals the entire map. It gives you just enough light for the step in front of you. And with every step, new light appears. This is how faith works, not as a feeling of certainty, but as the courage to move without seeing the whole path. You were chosen because even in your doubt, you still move. Even when you fear, you still trust. That is what separates the seeker from the sleeper. Perhaps you have noticed that some people seem untouched by this calling. They continue to chase noise, drama, distraction. You may wonder why they do not feel what you feel. It is because every soul has its own timing. The sunrise does not happen for everyone at once. It travels across the world, illuminating each place in its proper moment. Your sunrise is now. Others will awaken when it is their time. Do not judge them. Simply walk your path with quiet strength, and your light will guide those who are ready to follow. Remember, a flower never forces another to bloom. It simply opens, and by opening, it inspires others to do the same. Being chosen does not mean being superior. It means being responsible. It means understanding that your actions, your words, and even your silence carry influence. When you heal yourself, you heal the space around you. When you choose forgiveness instead of anger, you shift the energy in the room. When you practice compassion, even for those who hurt you, you break the cycle of suffering. The chosen ones are not the loudest or the richest. They are the ones who silently plant seeds of peace wherever they go. They are the ones who understand that greatness is not measured by how much you have, but by how much light you bring into the world. There will be moments when you forget this truth. There will be days when the weight feels too heavy and the path feels invisible. On those days, sit quietly and remember this message. Remember that you have already survived everything that tried to destroy you. Remember that even in your weakest moments, something inside you refused to die. That something is divine. That something is eternal. When you breathe into that place, you will feel the presence that never left you. You will feel the quiet strength that says, "Keep going. I am with you." And that presence is what being chosen truly means, not that you walk without fear, but that you never walk alone. Every breath you take is evidence of purpose. Every sunrise that greets you is another invitation to live consciously. You are part of a plan larger than what your mind can grasp. You are not a mistake, you are an expression of intention. The fact that you exist, right now, in this moment, means that creation still has something to express through you. The divine does not create without reason. You are that reason. And the way you think, speak, and act today will ripple outward in ways you cannot imagine. Perhaps one word of kindness from you will heal someone's despair. Perhaps one act of courage from you will ignite someone else's transformation. That is why you were chosen, to become a channel for light in places where others only see darkness. The challenge is to stay awake, to not fall back into numbness. The world will constantly try to distract you with noise, fear, and comparison. But your job is to remain centered, to remember that your peace is not negotiable. When you feel overwhelmed, return to your breath. Observe it enter and leave your body. That simple act of awareness connects you again with the divine rhythm that flows through all things. From that place of calm, decisions become clear and life becomes simple again. The chosen one learns to move from stillness, not from panic, to respond, not react, to trust, not chase. This is mastery, not control over the world, but harmony within it. When you understand this, gratitude naturally arises. You begin to thank even the difficulties because they polished your understanding. You thank the loneliness because it taught you how to be your own companion. You thank the uncertainty because it forced you to strengthen your faith. Life stops feeling like a series of punishments and starts feeling like a sacred training ground. Everything is your teacher. Every experience, no matter how painful, holds wisdom if you look deeply enough. This is the secret of the chosen. They stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" And in that question, they find freedom. You were chosen not just to survive, but to create. Every thought you hold, every word you speak, is a brushstroke on the canvas of existence. If you fill your heart with fear, your world becomes narrow. If you fill it with love, your world expands. So choose love deliberately. Choose hope deliberately. Even when it feels naive, choose it. Because love is not weakness. It is the highest form of intelligence. It aligns you with the source of life itself. The divine energy that beats your heart is the same energy that moves the stars. When you act from love, you act from that cosmic intelligence. You become a bridge between heaven and earth. And the world desperately needs such bridges. Do not wait for external confirmation of your worth. The world may never applaud your growth. It may not see your silent victories, your inner battles, your invisible resilience. But the divine sees. Every moment you choose integrity over convenience, compassion over judgment, truth over comfort, it is noticed. It is recorded in the language of energy, not applause. And one day, when you least expect it, that energy will return to you multiplied. Life has a perfect memory. Nothing you give sincerely is ever lost. So as you stand here today, remember, you were chosen for this moment not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. Because despite everything, you still believe in something greater. Because your heart, though wounded, still beats with hope. That is the mark of a soul that refuses to surrender to darkness. That is the proof that you are guided. Do not rush the process. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The timing may not match your expectations, but it always matches your evolution. When it is time, what is meant for you will not miss you. Until then, keep walking with awareness. Keep breathing with gratitude. Keep shining quietly. The divine is watching, and every step you take in faith is celebrated in realms you cannot yet see. One day, you will look back on this exact period of your life and realize that it was sacred. You will see that the confusion, the delays, the solitude were not obstacles. They were the sculptors of your destiny. You will smile and say, "No, I understand why it had to be that way." That understanding is the real reward. That understanding is enlightenment. So, my friend, if you are hearing this on the 27th of September, know this: you are not behind, you are not late, you are not forgotten. You are right on time. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. The divine has seen your patience, your tears, your effort. And it whispers through this message, congratulations. The new chapter begins not when the world changes, but when your perception does. And today, your perception has shifted. Today, you have remembered that you are chosen. And that realization, simple yet profound, is enough to change everything that follows. Breathe, smile, and walk forward with calm confidence. Life has already said yes to you. All that remains is for you to say yes back. My friends, the fact that you are still here, breathing, listening, feeling, is not ordinary. It is sacred, because life has tested you in ways most people will never understand. It has